Now we're going to do the same thing, but use hit points to speed things up. Again, activate musical mode and enter the bars and beats that your audio is, 4 and 0. To change the numbers without double-clicking, use the scroll wheel on your mouse. Go to the Hit Points tab. Click Edit Hit Points. Hit Points will find all of the important peaks of this audio file, and then we can turn these into warp tabs and quantize the audio. You can change the hit point sensitivity by adjusting the threshold slider so that it detects more or less of the hit points. Look how much better this looks in Cubase 6. Previous versions didn't give you the real-time display of the threshold line as you adjusted the sensitivity. This new way makes it way easier to use. You can add a hit point by Alt or Option clicking. And don't forget you can also adjust this slider here to magnify the audio waveform. You can disable hit points by clicking on the triangle at the top of each hit point. I'm going to move across the screen, making sure that all of the important beats have hit points. This takes a bit of practice and experience, but you'll soon learn what works and what doesn't. Once your hit points are set up, there are a bunch of things you can do. You can slice up the event and close the sample editor by clicking here. Create Groove will create a groove map that you can apply to MIDI parts. Create Markers will generate a marker track and create project markers for every hit point. Create Regions will create regions for each audio transient, and Create Events will cut up the audio file into separate events. We can also turn all of the hit points into warp tabs. Click on Create Warp Tabs. When you do this, you don't see any immediate changes, but if you go to the Audio Warp tab, you can see that the warp tabs were created to line up with the hit points. Now close the sample editor and let's quantize this on the project page. 16th notes is usually a good choice. Now, depending on how your preferences are set up, either right-click or Control or Command right-click, and under Advanced Quantize, select Audio Warp Quantize. Now listen to the audio file. It should be perfectly in time. If you hear anything funny, you can go in and move the warp tabs around to perfect it.